Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my video. Hope everybody's doing very groovy. I know I am. Wish it wasn't snowing here in Canada, but to be expected. So today I decided I'm going to do the 3D French or the Infinity French, and I've got a number of different acrylics that I'm going to be using, including my new Kolinsky brush, and I'm very excited about. So I'm going to start out with this, I call it a cover pink, but I think it's just a pink to give to start your wall to form your colors. I'll explain it a little bit better. Hopefully I can try to explain it a little bit better. So here I'm just using that cover pink to kind of build um, like a like a V shape or U shape, whatever shape that you like, so that the other colors can use that as a wall so you can get that 3D kind of in-depth look. So this is the color that I've chosen here is the pink color, but you can choose any color that you like. I've just chosen the pink. I have watched numerous videos on how to do this, and I've only seen actually three to date. Mind you, I have recorded this probably about a week ago, and I have been practicing like mad trying to figure this design out. So I apologize for it taking so long. This video, I realize it's long and it's kind of like a learning experience for me as well. But I don't want to say anybody's names of the videos that I watched because it's not like they weren't good. It's just it wasn't enough detail for me to be able to understand and do myself. Because as you'll see in the end of the video, I have tried many times to do this design on different days, and I was just getting frustrated. And I know there was a couple of times where I'd finished the design and I just threw it in the garbage. I got so angry. So this is the only time that you'll see me filing in the video, because you don't need to see me filing. It's kind of boring, and just as long as you know how to make sure that you got nice, crisp, high walls for the rest of the colors to go down, so that you'll get that I don't want to call it a 3D look. I call it like a depth look. I don't know if that explains it better, but that's what we're trying to do here. So for some reason I decided that I needed to use more of the pink color, and I don't know if that was the best in my best interest, because then it's just more filing for me in the end. But like I said, this is not the first time I'm doing this one. This is like a few of the times. So I was kind of trialing erroring myself as well. So I finally figured out this is it. I'm going to leave it at that. So I did. So now we're going to come in with an actual color, which is the color yellow. And this is going to be the first color that you'll see with that 3D in-depth infinity look, if you want to call it that. So I get a little tiny bead of the yellow and you put it down, and you're trying to get it like flat to the, I'm going to call it the fake nail. I'm going to want to keep it flat to the nail and as up to the side walls, but flat, not coming up to meet the entire bulk of that portion of the pink that we just created there. So, and you want to go all the way up to the V shape, or whatever you want to call that, and keep that flat as well, because we're going to be putting some clear over top of it in the form of a smile line as well. So that's what I'm just doing here. I'm just kind of patting it with the body of my brush to make it flat up against that smile line that we just built with the pink, and including the sides of it as well. I'm trying to get that as flat as possible, so there's enough room for the sorry, not yellow, the clear to sit on top of, to create another smile line on top of the one, not on top, but as well as the one that we've just built there with the pink. Sorry, I apologize. So there you can see that it's flat as I can get it on the sides and at the top of the smile line. So once that dries, then we can start with the clear over top of it to create the next smile line. So that's what we're going to do in this step then. It's just a matter of kind of waiting for everything to dry and then carrying on. So the first bead of acrylic to start this design. So you're going to put it in the shape of the color that you previously put down, which is the yellow. So you're going to try to outline that exact same shape, both sides, including the smile line. And we don't want it flat like I put the yellow. We want to kind of sit it up flush with the pink to create that smile line, because once the clear dries, we're going to have to file that again into a nice crisp line, so when the next color comes down, we'll be able to begin the process again once the clear goes over top of it, and so on and so forth. And this design, in the end, once you see it, it's going to be very bulky, very messy, but once you file it, you're supposed to have this moment of a beautiful 3D art design. So that's the whole reason why we're doing all of this right now. So it kind of looks a little bit messy, but in the end, we're supposed to have this beautiful eureka moment, and all the fat lady sings and that whole jazz. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm just trying to get the clear nice and tucked into the sides, because I'm trying not to get as much bulk, but sometimes, well, actually every time for me, that was unavoidable. I couldn't try to get down the bulk. So we've got the nice crisp lines that are making with the brush, and then once it dries, I can go in and file those crisp lines so that when we put the new color down, which is the blue, then it'll be nice and tight to the sides, flat on the tip, if you want to call it that, so that the clear can go over top of it. So we're just going in, getting a little bead of the blue and carrying on just like we did with the yellow. We're going to put it around the clear that we just put over the yellow, and then we're going to do the blue to the sides. We're going to try to make it all even and nice and tucked into the sides, and the crispness of the clear over top of it should help you with your lines, so you're not kind of trial and erroring it. And sorry, sometimes I do get out of focus here, because it's not that I forget that I'm filming, it's just sometimes I forget to, yeah, right there, I forget to look at the camera to see if I'm in focus. But my editing skills are getting better, so I got to give myself the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to be an expert at this one day. I'm going to be the next Quentin Tarantino, you'll see. And the next, I don't know, nail guru of the world. I don't know who the best one is right now. It doesn't really matter anyway. I think you all out there are fantastic. Just different skills, and that's all that matters. You teach us little newbies how to become better, and I appreciate that. That's why I keep doing this. I only have a few subscribers on my channel, and people ask me why I keep doing it. But it's not because I'm trying to become famous or anything. It's just because I really do like it. I really enjoy doing the nails and doing the nail art and challenging myself. And unfortunately, sometimes I'm just copycatting other people's designs. But I don't find that offensive. I find that flattering, because they are fantastic, and I just want to challenge myself and see if I can do it as well. So here I am. That's why I'm doing this infinity. So we've got the blue down flat, like we have the yellow, on both sides, and then flat at the top there with the smile line. So once that dries, we're going to come back with the clear over top of the blue, and create that smile line right over top of the blue that we had already previously placed. So it's kind of a little pattern here. And it looks relatively easy to do when you see all these videos and stuff like that, but I assure you, it is not as easy as all you lovely ladies make it out to be. Like, I can't even tell you how many times I've tried to do this and failed on so many occasions. But that's why I keep doing this, because I like to challenge myself and I never give up. So I'm kind of, stubborn like that. Maybe it's the Canadian in me, I'm not really sure. But I don't give up. So here I am doing that clear again right over top of the blue that we just placed, trying to get the lines as even and nice and tucked in as possible so that you've got less filing to do naturally, because who likes filing? And especially considering that not long after this, I was in the middle of doing a set for on myself, and my nail drill actually broke, and I'm not in a position to be able to replace it. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing too many of these videos or anything like that until I can afford another drill, because it just takes too much of a toll on my hands. So I'm just adding some clear to the top, because for some reason I think I need to add clear, but don't do that, because it's just going to cause you to have to file it away afterwards anyway. And if you're like me, and unfortunately you're not blessed with the nail drill fairy god, then you will be hand filing this mamma jamma, and that is not fun for anyone. So there we go. We got to try to get those crisp lines there, so that once it dries, all you got to do really is come in with either your drill or your hand file and file it to your liking, nice crisp lines, so you can get the effect of this 3D French or Infinity French, whatever you want to call it. So, like I said, I haven't been filming all of the filing, because you only really need to see it once to learn how to do it. So now I'm going to come in with my next color, which is the purple, and this is such a pretty color. It's got like two tones to it. Excuse me. So that's why I love this color, because you can either blend it and have like the full just purple, or like you can see there, you've got like a kind of like a light purple and a dark purple all in one color. So I think that's so pretty. That's why I didn't even bother to blend it. I kind of wanted to try to see if I can get like an ombre purple kind of effect. But you'll see in the end how it turned out and everything. And you don't have to use these colors that I've used. You can use any colors if you're choosing. These are just the colors that I kind of had readily available and handy. And I thought they would look nice on the nail, because I was also, like I said, I was trying to do it exactly step by step, color by color, for the very first video that I saw. So I figured if I did all the same steps and all the same colors, I should come out with the same outcome. But yeah, not so much. So I don't want to ruin it and spoil the ending. But yeah, it's not as easy as it looks. So once again, here you can see me patting down the purple to make it flat on both sides, including the front, with a smile line. I'm using the body of my beautiful Kolinsky brush that I absolutely adore. So I'm just using that to get it as flat as I can to save me the filing of the bulk. Because you can see that the nail is pretty bulky right now, but that's to be expected because of all the product that we're using. So there we have it. The purple is laid down, just like we did with the other two colors. So once that dries, then we can come back in with the clear. So now the filing was done off camera, and now we can come in with the clear to cap the top of the purple that we just laid down previous, and to give it that 3D French infinity look. But you won't see it all come together yet until the end, until you're filing, and then you put that fabulous top coat on it, and like, unicorns and rainbows and all that jazz start flying around. That is what the outcome is supposed to be. So you'll understand what I'm talking about. So, yeah, just putting down the clear right now and trying to get it as even on both sides, as well as the, the, the front of it where the smile line is. So you want all those shapes, whatever shape that you shaped it into, you want to try to have the same shape consistently throughout the nail as you go through the colors, including the clear. And for me, it was a little bit difficult to try to do that, but like I said in the videos, it's like second nature to these ladies, and they had no issues with trying to do the shapes the exact same. But for me, not so much. So unfortunately, I apologize for it taking a little bit longer, but this is how I got to my outcome or my result of this attempted nail here. Sorry, I apologize. I keep coughing. It's winter here in Canada, and I'm probably going to be sick for until about May or June. So, yeah, all is well. I'm glad I have nail art to keep me company, to keep me occupied. So, there we go. So, that is the last of the colors for having to be capped over top. So, and then for another reason why I decided that I needed to put some more clear over top, which was a silly, silly, silly thing to do because it's just going to have to be filed off after anyway. But that's okay because just hopefully everybody learns from my mistakes and just don't do what I've been doing. I don't know if you can do this the first shot or if it's going to take you a couple of attempts, but I had fun trying to do it because it looked so easy, and I thought, oh, I just love a challenge. That's why I do some of those 3D designs too, just to see if I can do it. So the last color on the tip is just going to be white, plain snowy white. We're going to go with snow because when I live in Canada, that's all you see is snow. So we're going to go with the snowy white just on the tip because I find that the white sometimes really makes the colors pop. So I put the white at the tips, and I don't think I ended up capping the white with any clear. I just kind of let the white stay as it is because there was really no need for you to add clear to the top of it because we've got clear all over through it. And I'm sure once you filed it all and you got the effect that you wanted, and you've brought down the bulk significantly, you could always cap the white too, just to give it some more strength on your nail. But just because this is a demo, I didn't do that because I didn't feel the need to have to add more strength to the nail because I wasn't actually going to be wearing the nail myself. So now that that's all dried and everything like that, um, which you can kind of see, it's kind of like a little bit of a rainbow effect in there. Okay, so I lied. I did put white over top of it, but like I said, 2 times already, I've already added clear. That was highly unnecessary. So it's just causing me way more filing. And I'm assuming that's probably why my drill broke, but I've only had it for 6 months. So I'm kind of at a loss for words as to why it broke, and the manufacturer doesn't have warranties and they will not give me a new one, and I'm not in a position to get a new one. And I know I'm ranting, but I'm so very upset about my drill. So, you know, oh well, I was hoping perhaps somebody out there would feel my pain. But that's cool. I'll just have to deal with it until I can get a new one. Just learn from my mistakes and try not to add as much clear and bulk to your nail. So here it's all dried and everything, and I am attempting to file it. Now I've tried speeding this filing process up significantly, or you'd be looking at an extra 10 minutes of filing alone. And filing is so frustrating for me. especially since, as you can just see right there, it falls off my little practice finger. So you've got to hold it with your hands, and my nails are long, so I'm trying not to file my nails as well as, my skin. And then I'm trying to file this design out as well because I too want that eureka moment. But with this amount of filing, it's going to take a little while. So I just keep going and going. Right at this point, because I've tried so many times to do this design, that the bulk of the nail wasn't an issue for me, because I just wanted to get it done so I can pat myself on the back and say, yeah, I did it. And if I ever wanted to do it on myself or somebody else, then absolutely I'd have to work on getting the bulk off the nail, because that would just be too yucky and clunky, and who wants that on their nail? I agree. But I just at this point I was just wanting to see the effect of my hard work come through the nail. So that's why I'm trying really hard to get as much bulk off the nail as possible at this point, and try to get it smooth and everything too, so that when I do put on that clear coat, you're going to see the beauty that I see, and what I see through all your videos trying to attempt this design. So yeah, see, it keeps falling out of my hands and everything, and it's just so frustrating. So I was really, really glad once the filing was finished. Like, I almost had to go for a smoke or something. That's how exhausting it was. But I mean, to be expected, right? I mean, I am still very new at all of this, so I'm gonna have to become an expert in filing, or it's just gonna take me forever to get anything done. So yeah, and look at how much dust is collecting and settling and everything. When I swept it up, it was like sweeping up sand. Like, that's how much dust there was. But nevertheless, that's fine. Filing is all done. I got my little brush there, and I'm dusting off all of the excess powder so it doesn't get in with my top coat. And there we go. We have the top coat. So I'm going to put on the top coat, and hopefully you see the beauty that I see. La, what's that? That is not the effect that I was going for. It's a little bit a part of the effect, but not as quite as nice as I've seen all those ladies out there do. So I'm kind of baffled as to why I cannot do this. But aha, nevertheless, I do not give up. So here, I would like to show you all of my many attempts. Different sizes, different shapes, all the same color. And there was that one that kind of worked, but it didn't. And then I decided to switch colors, and oh, look at that beautiful masterpiece. I